Welcome to Fear No Evil, and the evil we're speaking about today is child sexual abuse. I know the picture that I've chosen is not the prettiest picture, but it just reminded me of just hands that have been through a war, hands that have seen evil, and all that is left to this human soul that possesses these hands is just a small light. And that light, she compassionately, with empathy, holds it out to anybody else who can share her experience, who can relate to her story, who can rejoice in the fact that she has survived. And even though her hands are worn and bloody, red, tired, not the most glamorous hands, but underneath those hands are still quite beautiful. Because regardless of what this soul has gone through, she's still willing and able to hold out a light to other ones. And that's the miracle, that she is still willing and able to hold out a light. She's willing to expose her brokenness, to hold out a light to those who have shared the same experience, who understand that in their own lives, there are many times that their light has gone out, and they have needed somebody else to come with their light and bring it to them and light their light, so that they in time and in their season can take their light and light somebody else's light. There's nothing more beautiful than being in darkness and seeing light. Light brings hope. Light brings change. Light brings transformation. And although in this world, and especially in America, we love to argue where that light comes from, but when it comes to child sexual abuse survivors, the fact that they have still allowed their light to shine is the miracle that they keep, and they carry it with them. And most people who are with them have no clue that they're survivors. Many survivors do not talk about their abuse. Many survivors do not report their abuse. So although we have all these allegations in society, and yes, I am harsh on the women who do not say something, that kept the violation silent so that they could gain something from it. But in that gaining of something from it, other women who crossed that same path lost what they lost. When you lose in sexual violations, it is a loss that for many women and for many children and for many boys and for many girls and for many men, what they lose they never get back. Or it takes you a lifetime to get it back. And the only ones who really understand what that means are other people who have been violated sexually. And the longer that violation goes on, the more damage it produces. The younger you are when it happens, the more damage it produces. That seems to make sense. But in America, we don't get that. We're not even talking about child sexual abuse. We're talking about sexual misconduct, sexual harassment in the workplace. We're not even talking about child sexual abuse, where 1 in 4 girls are sexually abused, and 1 in 6 boys are sexually abused. And those are just for those numbers just come from those who report it. So many victims. Are you a victim? Are you a survivor? I know I'm a survivor. I'm not a victim anymore. I live my life to conquer it on a daily basis. So I no longer see myself as a victim. But that doesn't mean that I don't understand what it means to be a victim of child sexual abuse. And I will open my mouth and I will speak, because there are so many who need somebody else to speak. Because when I needed somebody to speak for me, they weren't there. They knew it was going on, but they didn't speak for me. They kept my secret right alongside with me. And it was myself that got myself out of it by constantly writing letters until somebody found it and finally listened to me. People who are being sexually abused or sexually violated or sexually harassed, they need other people to speak. And I hope that our voices are loud. That's all I have to give to another survivor, is my experience on getting to the other side. And it doesn't matter how many people want to chide or mock, because what's important is that we get to the other side. Because there are many survivors who never get to the other side. Be blessed.